Okay, so we're looking at a grisaille. This is actually a grisaille that I started in, well, Berlin. God, 10 years ago. It was a really quick study that I did, and then I brought it out in the class the other day, and I started doing another pass on top of it. Now I'm doing a third pass. So when you're trying to identify key areas in things, it can take a few passes to get them in. You don't get them the first time. So once again, that illusion that people just dial things in straight away, it's really false. It's just not what happens in painting. You have a number of passes in it, or the person has done some kind of transfer. Okay, so I'm going to start to drop in the shadow of the eye. So I've done around 4 marks there, 1, 2, 3, 4, to delineate out this area here. Pretty sure that's the angle of that eye. And I might just go a little bit darker. At this point here. Might go a little bit darker there and just see how does that look. Let's check the angle. The eyes, lock, place. We got a beautiful dark here in the socket of the eye that I think I can go a higher number in, just to make that part recede more. That looks pretty good. Let's go to the mouth. So let's come straight down here, straight down, and trust that process. This is where the dimple of the mouth is. Okay, so it takes courage to do that, to just trust the line and place. Trust the line and place. It's more of a smile in the face there rather than sadness. I'm looking for anywhere else that has darkness, you know, a real shadow line in it. I'm going to accentuate this shape here. The shadow of the cheek. It comes down here. You also the shadow come off the mouth up here. Moving that way. And movement that way underneath the lip. That way and that way. Gonna darken the number here underneath the chin. And initially when I place those things in, by the way, I just place them in as really simple brush strokes. I don't actually do any type of blending. I just pull down. My favorite brush stroke is just to pull down like that. That's enough to start the effect. Then I can start to blend it. I can start to get a little more delicate and bring in the nuances of the brushstroke. This is closer. So I just took a few millimeters off there. Did you see that? It's kind of hard to catch this because it happens so fast. Took a few millimeters off the edge of the face. Comes out. You can place a line and then you diffuse the line. You pull your brush through it, and that's exactly what Vermeer is doing. He's doing these really tiny brush strokes to find things, look. So these are brushes I designed with Richard Oliver. They're a mixture of cow hair and squirrel. And the reason they're so important is they place the paint in a very delicate way on your canvas. They release the paint in a very soft way. That's very close to, you know, what these painters would have had. Because all their brushes would have been natural. They wouldn't have had synthetic brushes, you know. Let's just darken this whole area here. Now, of course, guys, I'm painting very fast, so I don't know if this is balanced or not. Because something like this, you know, you don't paint filming. There's a bit too much pressure, isn't it? But the only way I can teach people is by painting live. I think that light extends down there. And it moves down this way, really softly on the cheek. You can see these tiny little dots really make all the difference. There's a little bit of light curling around here, around the mouth. See it there? And then the mouth connects under here, curls that way, and it curls that way. And underneath we have a little bit of an uppercut there, look. Beautiful, look at that. It cascades around, very delicately around the chin, like that. So we have this beautiful highlight come in. Now, don't get me wrong, some of this is, I won't notice it till later, will be off. But the point of the video is to show people how to slowly begin to understand form and make form your friend, you know? Don't be afraid of it, you know. Really just enjoy the beautiful nature of light. You know, that's what Vermeer is doing, right? He's working with light in a way that's really beautiful. Of course, he had camera obscura. No doubt he had camera obscura. I'm going to go a bit brighter now. So I'll go to the brightest points, and that's here. Look, right, not a coincidence, by the way, right by the eye. You can see that sharp placing of light. Let's check here. That's around there. It's near the eye. Little globular light here. Placing that on top of that area. So we're placing that really fast. I do not believe that light is in the head. I think it's lower. Let's just place this here and just see what we have. Look. I think we can go a bit brighter, so I'm going to go into the brightest light. And just place that in the far look, like that.